Hello, hello. I am here. Welcome back to B&J's Little Farm. We are reading Wings of a Dream. And we are on chapter 10. I'll give you something cute to look at. There we go. All right, chapter 10. Please remember to hit the thumbs up and share me out. I'll try to communicate in the chat as things pop up, but it'll be hard as I'm reading, so you guys can talk amongst yourself in the chat or whatever. Hello, Jen. Hello, Firefly. All right, here we go. Chapter 10. On Wednesday, I began to think I might lose my mind with worry. There had been no mail in our box, not even the newspaper, nor did anyone venture into our isolation, where we were the only ones left alive in this place. We finished breakfast and morning chores. I knew I ought to clean the house, but instead I paced while the children played hide and seek in the yard. We could use a few things from the store, oatmeal for instance, but where would I get money to purchase anything? My search of the kitchen hadn't turned up any cash. Would my aunt have kept some in the bedroom? I tore through the desk, the dresser, still nothing. Then I spied a handbag on a hook behind the door. Whether Aunt Annabelle's or Clara Gresham's, it didn't much matter. But my rummaging turned up only a wadded handkerchief. Might as well throw that in the wash. I shook it out. A folded bill fluttered to the floor. I stooped to pick it up. Something soothing. Wait, what does that say? I stooped to pick it up, smoothing it out straight. Okay. Oh, hey, everybody. Everybody's popping in. We got Steve. Hello, hello, Dragon. Good to see you. I hope you're feeling better today, Dragon. Trust in God. Hello. Nomad, good to see you. You guys were reading Wings of a Dream, and we are on chapter 10. If you haven't been following along, I do have the other chapters on the YouTube channel if you want to catch up. If not, that's okay too. Hey, Dr. Oddity, thank you for the hearts. Firefly says, wow. Right, Trust? That's funny. $5. Thank you, Lord. I held it to my chest for one brief second before lifting the window and sticking my head into the open air. Let's go to town, I called. James and Dan hollered and whooped. When Ollie and I met in the kitchen, she looked asking, you hitching Dandy to the buggy? I could. Hitching up the horse was usually Daddy and Will's job, but I knew how to do it. I stopped to consider. I needed this trip to fill the whole afternoon. But it's such a pretty day. Why don't we walk instead? Her eyebrows rose. She looked at Janie in her arms, then back at me again. I'll carry her, don't worry. But really, I had forgotten about the baby. Would I even think through a plan before I spoke it? We ate a quick dinner before noon. After cleaning up, I led my little brood down the dirt road toward town. Though the air held a chill as delicate as the lace circling my underskirt, the sun warmed our backs and our heads as we walked. The boys raced to the tree or that rock. Janie clapped her hands as a bird swooped near our heads. Ollie tried to carry her sister, but that didn't last long, in spite of her determination, and she reluctantly passed her to me. Janie twisted and turned, kicking her chubby legs, wanting so badly to run with the others. My arms drooped, and my back grew stiff. When the train platform came into view, relief, as refreshing as Saturday night bath water, flowed over me. My steps quickened, as did the children's. Yes, I did say $5. Thank you, Dragon. A trickle of perspiration slid down the side of my face. Almost there, baby girl. Janie giggled at me with a toothless grin. I planted a kiss on her pug nose. Yes, everything would be fine. The boys charged up the wooden steps to Mr. Crenshaw's. They charged up to Mr. Crenshaw's shop. James pulled at the door, but it stayed shut. He turned to me, eyes wide. He yanked again, cheeks puffing out with effort. The door didn't budge. Ollie shook her head. I've never known Mr. Crenshaw to close except on Sundays. Are you sure it's not Sunday? Of course I'm sure. In my head, I played back the days since Aunt Annabelle's burial. This was definitely not Sunday, but the town did seem to be deserted. I knew most farmers wouldn't be in town on a weekday, but no one? That didn't seem right either, even in a place as small as Prater's Junction. He probably went out on a delivery. I'm sure he'll be back in a minute. I sat on the top step, Janie in my lap, and studied the town. I'd only glanced at twice. False front buildings, their sidings weathered, gray, flanked in dirt road. A broad sidewalk ran along the length of each side. I squinted into the sun, reading the signs above the doors across the street. A brick bank building anchored the corner. Beside it, the Junction Senatorial office, the sheriff's office, and what looked like an attorney at law stenciled on the next large window. I stood to see what resided near Mr. Crenshaw's store, the post office, a barber shop, and was that a saloon further down? The road veered north at the end of the building. Along the cross street, the houses I'd noticed on our way to the churchyard sat quiet and still. No laundry flapping on the clotheslines, no babies crying or children shouting in play. I returned to sit near Mr. Crenshaw's establishment. Ollie joined me, while the boys kicked up dust in front of the quiet storefronts. My heart inched toward the pit of my stomach. Where was everyone? May I help you? A fragile, familiar voice came from behind me. I jumped to my feet, pressing Janie close to my chest. The preacher, his hang-dog face even sadder than I remembered, stared at me through red-rimmed eyes. Hey, Twin Brooks, good to see you. Hello, Wendy. Thanks for coming. I moistened my lips. What had we come to do? I wanted to get some things from Mr. Crenshaw. His mouth smiled, but his eyes remained distant. He's out helping Doc tend the sick. His gaze rolled over the five of us. Any of you sick? No, sir. I watched the children's heads shake in reply. I'm expecting a letter or two. Nothing came in the box yesterday. I thought I'd check at the post office. I glanced back at the post office, door shut, shades pulled. Mr. Jameson runs the post office, but he's down with the influenza. Mrs. Crenshaw's been helping out. I imagine she's at home. Ollie grabbed my hand and pulled me into the direction of the first small house behind the dry goods store. It's my friend Mildred's house. A rare smile lit the girl's face. Thank you, I called at the preacher, plodded away in the opposite direction. A moment later, we stood at the Crenshaw's door. Ollie knocked. I knocked. The boys made no end of little boy racket, yet no one appeared. Just as I determined to go wait in front of the store again, the door creaked open. A woman appeared, her hair disheveled, face white. Yes? That one word seemed to steal every breath from her body. I stepped back, pulling Ollie with me, glad that something in the yard had captured the boy's attention. Please, ma'am, we're looking for Mrs. Crenshaw. She nodded once. My breath came in quick gasps. I'm Rebecca Hendricks, Annabelle Williams' niece. I'm expecting a letter from my daddy and Arthur, I said in my head. Miss Crenshaw leaned her head against the door frame, her body sinking towards the floor. I handed Janie to wide-eyed Ollie, just as the sick woman crumpled in a heap. She needs a swig of frog juice. Hey, Lyle. Good to see you, Wickshire. Good to see you. Ollie, I held my voice steady instead of letting my panic spew. Take the others and wait for me at Mr. Crenshaw's store. But I clenched my teeth. Just go. With a huff, she marched towards her brothers. Come on. I should have scolded her for barking at them like that, but marveling Mrs. Crenshaw to her feet occupied my full attention. Already tears pushed at my eyes as Miss Crenshaw fought for breath. I hadn't known enough to be frightened around what? Already tears pushed at my eyes as Mrs. Crenshaw fought for breath. I hadn't known enough to be frightened around Aunt Annabel, but now I did. I didn't want this woman's fever to jump into my body, but neither could I leave her where she lay. Easing the woman's arm around my neck, I pulled her up with me, securing her with my arm around her wrist. A little girl in a nightgown appeared, flushed cheeks and barefooted. Mildred, I assumed. Go back to bed, honey. I'm putting your mom back to bed, too. The girl obeyed. I practically carried her mother to the bedroom, laid her down, and covered her with a quilt. Her eyes spoke gratitude. I'll wait for your husband at the store. He should be back soon. She closed her eyes. I crept from the room and ran from the house. Halfway to the store, I stopped. The newspaper article. I read, encouraged washing your hands often and staying away from those with flu-like symptoms. I rounded the corner of the town, wondering if I dared allow the children around me now. What if one of them fell ill? Yet, they'd all been with Aunt Annabel, as I had. Maybe God would keep us well. Mr. Crenshaw stepped out his store. I pushed ahead of the little ones. Your wife. I glanced over my shoulder and rubbed my hands against my skirt. Your wife is very ill. I put her in bed. I didn't know what else to do. Janie reached for me. Dan clung to my skirt. Mr. Crenshaw put a hand on my shoulder and opened his mouth, but nothing came out. He ducked his head for a moment before his watery gaze met mine. His chest rose as if drawing in a wagon load of air. His arm dropped to his side, his gaze fixed on his house. Go home, Miss Hendricks. It's the best place for y'all to be. He closed the door to the store before he plopped down the steps and across the road towards his home. My chest ached from holding back the full force of my fears. Reading about the scourge in the newspaper had been one thing. Seeing the Spanish lady take its toll on an entire town made my knees weak. I practically dragged the children to keep up with me on the walk home. Hey, Gemma, good to see you. Firefly says, I'm trying to pay attention. When I glimpsed the mailbox in front of the house, I ran. My greedy hands searched inside. My fingers brushed paper. Mail. On top of the newspaper. I'd come to expect a letter from home, but that would have to wait. Hot water was needed and lye soap. I wouldn't take any chances with this influenza. I scrubbed my hands 3 times and made the children wash too. Then I shut myself in Aunt Annabel's bedroom. Again, shoving aside the memories of her lifeless body, I needed a place where no one would intrude, and I felt certain Ollie wouldn't set foot in here. Not yet. I sat on the still naked mattress and slit open Daddy's letter with my hairpin. I'd never known Daddy to write anything. Mama took care of all the correspondence. Rebecca, your mother is gravely ill. I dropped the letter to my lap, unsettled as much by the shaky hand as by the words I'd hoped not to hear. Would God take Mama as he had taken Aunt Annabel? Wiping my cheek, I forced my runny eyes back to Daddy's words. She took the news about Annabel hard, but I think she was glad you were with her at the end. Pray for your ma, girl. Keep yourself and those children as far away from the illness as possible. I love you, Daddy. I walked to the window and leaned my forehead on a cool pane of glass. Would Mama be as ill if I had been there? Maybe Mama had hidden her illness from Daddy for too long. That would be like her. But I would have seen it. I could have told her. No, I couldn't have told her anything. Mama was Mama. She wouldn't take advice from me, and I couldn't help her now. I could only help these children and myself. I threw open the sash, hands gripping the windowsill. Please make Mama well, I prayed. Keep Will safe. Show me a way to get to Arthur. Give me strength. The words stopped. I had nothing left to say. Did God really hear such simple pleas? From the window, I watched Dan and James line up at the far fence. Go! James dashed ahead of his brother, both of them headed from the porch. James reached it first. Dan threw himself into the drying grass and melted into hysterical sobs. Heavens to Bessie. In a flash, I was out the door, lifting Dan from the ground. He refused to put weight on his feet as tears chased each other down his wind-chapped cheeks. Let's go. My voice held the same tightness I often heard in Mama's voice. I tried to shake it away, but I wasn't in the mood to coddle children. I plunked Dan on the bench beside the kitchen table, ready to score. He hiccuped down another sob and brushed his sleeve beneath his nose. Then my heart melted. This child had lost his mother and his Miss Ada, and might not even remember his daddy. I slid my hand down the side of his face, sweat and tears and dirt mingling on my hand. I'm sorry you lost the race. I stroked his face again before folding him into my arms. You should have whipped him good. Daddy would have. Ollie's cold eyes stared at me. I stared right back. Her gaze finally waved, slipping to the floor in defeat. My voice dropped to a whisper. Why don't you cut us all some cornbread and spread it with some molasses? Her back stiffened again, but before she could defy me, Dan wiggled free from my grasp, his mourning turning to dancing, so to speak. You making me something to eat, Ollie? He shoved his thumb in his mouth. Ollie pulled it out again and held him close. The look of jealous woman flashed across her face. Of course I am, Dan. Ollie Elizabeth stayed up later than the others that night. A stiffening quiet descended between us, magnifying the night noises outside the slightly open window. She had lost her mother, and she had resented me. I understood that. But why part of me wanted to comfort her, another part of me, the part raised in Mama's house, wanted to send her to bed without supper. What did she need more, a mother or a friend? If only someone would tell me what I'm supposed to do. I searched for something to say. Perhaps school will start again soon. Would you like that? Ollie shrugged and twirled a lock of her hair that fell near her chin. Do you enjoy school? She squirmed on the sofa. I took a deep breath. needing to make some kind of connection with this girl who'd been carrying a woman's burden. I know you must miss your daddy a lot right now. I know I miss mine. She pulled her knees up to her chest, stuck the end of her hair into her mouth, and chewed on it a minute. Then she flicked the strand of hair behind her shoulder. Don't you miss your mama? My throat tightened. Yes. My daddy sent word that she's sick right now. I wish I could help her. Does she have the influenza? I think so. I moved to sit beside her. What did you and your mama do in the evening when you missed your daddy after he went to France? She pulled her gaze rounding the room. Sometimes Mama'd read me from books or the newspaper, and she'd tell me stories about Daddy and her when they were young. And we'd read Daddy's letters. Miss Ada read us Daddy's letters too, but I don't think one's come in a while now. I chewed the nail on my thumb and crossed to the fireplace mantel, where the carved clock that told out that hour stood guard over the drying flames. Maybe we can do some of those other things too. You could even tell me the stories your mama told you so you don't forget. She shrugged, pulled her knees closer to her chest. I sat beside her again, folding my hands in my lap, trying to smile but fearing it came across as a grimace instead. We're both worried, aren't we? You about your daddy, me about my mama and my brother over in France. Maybe we can help each other. She went quiet again. Then her eyes brightened. We can pray for them. Yes, Holy Elizabeth, we can certainly do that. Shame stirred my stomach. I should have been the one to suggest that. The clock clanged 9 times, freeing me from my guilty thoughts. Why don't you run up to bed? Why don't you run on up to bed, honey? Ollie inched from the sofa. I turned her shoulders towards the hall. It's getting chilly. Don't you want to catch your dear? I bit off the word and gave her behind a playful swap. Scoot now. I'll see you in the morning. She hesitated, then reached up and pressed her lips to my cheek before scurrying away. I touched the place on my skin, still warm with her breath. Every time I thought nothing more could surprise me, something did. And that's the end of chapter 10, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Sorry, I was stumbling all over the place tonight. Let's see. Let me check the chat real quick. I should have had that pulled up. Wild said, yes, it was fun. I hope you guys are enjoying this book as much as I do. I love this book. This is my second time reading it. $50 Shades of Dexter's. I don't know what you guys were talking about. That's funny. Movie night. Look, Shires out right here. It rubs the lotion on the skin. Alright, let's put this camera on so you can see me. Hi! Can you see me? It's kind of dark. Are you all still here? Oh, I'm a hot mess. We worked our butts off today. We still got 10 people in here. Awesome.
You got salt up there?
No, the salt's down there. We literally just got in at like 5:40, $5.50 or something like that. We worked in the paddock, the cow's paddock, and we were like clearing brush and stuff out of there, trying to get all the burrs or briars, whatever you want to call it, out of there. So we worked quite a while, most of the day in there, and then we took a break. I planted some loofahs today. I think that's all I planted today. Planted some loofahs in the greenhouse, and then we worked on painting the front of the house, the porch and stuff, so that's what we were finishing up. And then I come inside, set up the live, started dinner, and Barrett just went down to check it. I think it's done. It is.
Put some on your chop.
Thanks. So, I threw on some pork chops and, oh my gosh, that's hot. Pork chops and green beans. And we're going to get ready to eat some supper. Chow down. Thank you for the Hearts Doctor Oddity. I did jack squat today again. It was, it's 55 right now. I don't even know what the high was today, but it's still 55 right now. So we're trying to take advantage of all this nice warm weather and get as much done as we possibly can. Every time you do these readings, I have flashbacks to watching Little House on the Prairie and how Mama would read them stories if memory serves correctly. Yeah, or serves me rightly. Yeah. I love Little House on the Prairie. What did you say to me today? And I referred to the house.
I don't know.
Oh, so Barrett, he's nuts sometimes.
Thanks.
Well, you are. He asked me to get something for him. I can't remember what it is. And he was like, and you can call me Master. And I was like, what do you think this is? Little House on the Prairie or something? He was like, yeah, you do as you're told. I said, yeah. Try that one. Hey, Jeffrey, good to see you. But it was funny. Like, this ain't Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah, of course it was funny because you was laughing. You said something when I was walking away and I couldn't hear you.
Jess, today may be my last day YouTube. Good. Why? I'm sorry to hear that. It's raining here. Firefly says it called for rain. It had like a 40% chance of rain. And when I went out to feed,
They were cast.
well, when I went out to feed the bottle calf at 7 o'clock, it was raining.
Well,
It was like a sprinkle, but I mean it was consistent. And it rained for maybe an hour, and that was it. And the rest of the day,
the ground wasn't wet.
the rest of the day was really nice. You didn't wake up until like 11.
It was 10 o'clock.
Okay, 10 o'clock. But the rest of the day was pretty nice. Hey, Celtic Grandma, good to see you. Dragon says there's Firefly and orange and yells 4. Dragon, are you feeling any better? I'm sorry if you answered me earlier. I didn't see it. I was busy reading. Celtic Grandma, we just got done reading I can't even talk. Wings of a Dream, chapter 10. So, if you're interested, you can go back and watch it. Hey, Jen. Pork chops and green beans tonight. Firefly said that was not salt, Barrett, right? She said that was not salt, Barrett.
Yes, it was salt. Cat barely even picked towel on.
Not really, just not balled up in the fetal position and pain right at the minute. Oh my gosh. I know that feeling, Dragon. It's horrible. Usually when I'm in pain like that, what position do I go? I know what position I go, I just can't think of the term. My butt's in the air, my head's on the ground. And I usually have an ice pack or a heating pad or alternating both of them. And that's the only way I get relief from my back hurting like that.
Torment.
Torment for you, it's torture for me.
Teasing.
I ain't teasing, I'm trying to get relief. Yep, dragon. That's exactly. Celtic Grandma says, okay, I'll rewatch. Yep, Firefly. I don't know, that's the only way I can get the pressure off my back, though. I've got a herb balm and rub. Had to grease Nate like a pig after the roof and the car brakes. Oh, I bet. I can't imagine. Barrett said he was going to get on the roof today of the barn and try to put a new thing, well, not a new, but patch some holes in the tin on the...
Tag it down.
Yeah, tack it down and stuff. And he ended up not doing that. He looked at it for about 10 minutes and he was like, nah.
Dragon says, nah, it's not doggy style. She's not rubbing her butt over the carpet.
That's so gross. Dogs do that. It's disgusting. What is this, dragon? Oh my gosh, it's so gross. And normally, I don't know if some of you are following me on YouTube, but normally about 6 o'clock I post everything, like all my pictures I've taken and put descriptions on it on my Facebook, on the B&J's home, or B&J's Old Farm Facebook. Tonight I didn't do that. We were so busy working, I didn't even think about it. I didn't take any pictures. I did do a pop-up live of the Dexters. It might, Firefly.
Well, Edible says, Barrett, I'm not typing what Caveman is telling you. Sorry.
Marshmallow Man's the Rocket Man tonight. That's funny. I have that one saved for later, Jess. Alright. It wasn't a very long live. I think it was like 7 minutes long. Barrett had the, why can't I think tonight?
First,
No, the tool, what's it called? The
sickle.
Sickle. It was on the tip of my tongue. Barrett had the sickle and he was trying to chop down bamboo. He was chopping it down. It was a pain in the butt, though.
And he's sharpened.
Mm-hmm.
Started making me a bamboo fence.
So, funny thing.
That's a lot of work.
I watch a lot of, like, I don't even know where these people are from. I would say Vietnam. I don't even know. Maybe Korea? No, it wouldn't be Korea, would it? Well,
Might
maybe. I don't know. But I watch all these like bushcraft women or they're just like homesteaders, but they're overseas and stuff. And most of them have babies on their back and they're building their own houses, they're gardening, they're harvesting, they're doing all this stuff. But most of their stuff they build out of bamboo. And they do a lot of weaving work for like the fencing and stuff like that.
Actually, it's pretty slick.
Yeah, it's really nice looking. Or I think it's a skill. Like a lot of them have the skill, but then there's some that aren't very good at it because you can tell the difference with their work. But as Barrett was chopping down the bamboo today, he was like, "I wonder if I can weave this." So he took a couple and started trying to make a fence with our existing fence with it, and I'm like, "Yeah, no."
It don't look too bad. It just takes forever because we got small ones. They got bigger bamboo than we got.
Yeah, this is just like ornamental, like I don't know. It's not like real
It's like-
bamboo.
What you weave baskets with.
Yeah, something. But I was getting a kick out of it.
And we didn't realize how much it spread.
Yeah, it
Since
spread
last year.
a lot this year. It went crazy out of control. They are always smoking, huh? I don't know how they function. I guess they're used to it. Did you guys have dinner yet? What did you have for dinner? Dragon says, "Come on, Barrett, put your college degree to work. Basket weaving PhD." Firefly said, "I'd be asleep." Yeah, she's used to it. I wouldn't be asleep. I'd be bouncing off the walls having an anxiety attack. Barrett would have the munchies. He'd be all zoned out and chilled.
Be paranoid.
Would you?
Mm-hmm.
I see you sitting in front of the TV with like a gallon of ice cream munching down.
Ooh, ice cream. I still got ice cream left.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's go over and get it for me.
Nate's having buffalo roast, potatoes, carrots, and onions. I made pizza.
Ooh, pizza.
Oh, pizza sounds really good. She made homemade pizza last night.
Okay.
Jen?
She didn't bring this in it?
She was eating it while I was live on Friday Night Mixer. Well, they both were eating. You know, this plastic fork and knife ain't doing too bad of a job cutting up this pork chop.
Yeah, my 2 fingers not doing bad at all picking up pork chop.
I made a phone call for dinner and had Chinese food delivered. Yum. How you doing, Brian? Have you gotten any more rest? Did you get some sleep today? Oh, did you talk to the surgeon? Did he finally call you back yet? Let me know. Firefly said National Pizza Day was yesterday. Indica put you to sleep or stuck on the couch. Why can't I ever say that one? Sativia, you don't really get sleepy. Jen said making the dough yesterday about killed me. I make a huge batch for flatbread and pizza crust. Put some in the freezer so when Nate makes it through the roast, he can have pizza. Brian says, finally got some sleep. Good. I'm so glad to hear that. Nothing like pork products. Firefly had sesame chicken. Ooh. They'll let you know in a day or two. Okay. Dragon had sesame chicken and kung pao chicken.
Hi, Brian.
I made bread and pizza crust for Caveman today. Yum. That's why I always have Barrett make the flathead dough for me, because I can't stand in the kitchen that long standing over the dough to make it. It kills me. Brian says, hi, Barrett.
I said hi.
Brian says, hope everybody is doing well. We're okay. We're just exhausted. I'm exhausted. Are you exhausted? I think we got a lot done today.
I don't know.
I'll
let you know after I eat.
My body feels like we got a lot done today.
Well, you did a lot today. Did a lot of raking.
Yeah. Raking and brushing the freaking animals out. Yeah, so much burrs in our hair and coats, and it's horrible.
Mostly on her feet.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta fix my lawnmower. Drag belt came off.
Because I'm not a member here no more. Well, I can't control that. You either have to purchase a membership to be a member or somebody gifts you one. He needs to bring me home more to cook. Laugh my butt off. Chicken soup and pizza crust. Yeah, she's got burrs all through her too.
She's terrible.
She's horrible. You get them out of her and she goes right back to them, just like all the other animals.
Get the clippers out and trim her all up.
I'm gonna have to get the clippers out, trim Fluffbutt and Brutus, because Brutus will not let me touch his tail, like when I go to brush it. And he won't let me touch his tail or his back feet. His front feet are fine, but the minute I try to touch his back feet, I think it's because of the dew claws. He's got the burrs all stuck up in his dew claws and stuff, and he won't let me touch that stuff. So I'm gonna have to clip him and clip Fuzzbutt.
Nubbies?
Mm-mm. I'm good. I think so. You best get down. Let's try to get my food. I'm fighting.
Does anybody watch Yellowstone? Speak up.
No, I hate the burrs. Why?
They said Beth was, or not Beth, but
Well, you don't want them to ruin it for you.
well, I don't want. I can't get it anyways.
Well, maybe one day we'll get to watch it.
Yeah, right. I want to watch that 1923.
Really, Jen? You didn't like it? Jen said they tried, but they didn't like it.
Tried what?
To watch Yellowstone.
What? Well, then you have to watch This Is Us.
Yeah, This Is Us is good. Firefly says can't afford it. We can't either. That's why we were watching it on one of those free movie apps.
On my phone.
What was that app? I don't even remember, but they ended up taking it off there.
No, they didn't. There's too many commercials.
Oh, too many commercials. We could still watch it.
Too many ads. Remember, we had to wait for the ads and you sort of send stuff to people.
Oh, yeah. She said we did like 1883. Yeah, I really like 1883 too. Jen said we did watch This Is Us. It was good. Then kind of weird, then good. Yeah, I really enjoyed This Is Us. It did get kind of weird. Randall was driving me nuts.
No way, Dragon. Are you serious? Wild Herb? Doc Holliday came to town, took over and killed everyone, and they opposed the opening of a casino there. Bet you Beth was mad.
Mm-hmm. Brian says enjoyed seeing the animals earlier. Thank you. Hopefully I'll be able to keep showing them. We were trying to debate what we're going to do with Miriam and Hercules because Hercules is almost 8 months old.
You gotta separate them.
So we have to separate them. And that's going to be hard because they really enjoy each other's company. But I can't be letting her get bred either this young. She's way too little.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to figure out how to separate them.
Well, I told you what I was going to do with that gate. We got out there. Fence the other side in and everything. Let him over on the other side. Keep her on this side.
Yeah. What do you need to make your frog juice? Well, we got the blender. Firefly. Oh, I'm sorry. I got a piece of meat stuck in my tooth and it's really hurting. Hold on a second. Brian's a baby cow. Was it yesterday? Yeah.
What?
Or was it the day before? We got the blender.
Was it yesterday?
I don't know.
No. The day before. Because when you got it, you didn't make no kettle shake.
Okay. So we went and got the blender the day before, and I stopped and got the kale and the spinach and everything. So we're good. I made it last night, and I realized we don't have straws. You know, like the big, huge smoothie straws that I always use to drink. We don't have straws, and we don't have the goodness, the big tumbler cups that I usually drink them out of. So I made our first kale smoothie last night, and then when I went to pour them, I was like, yeah. So me and Barrett basically just swig kale smoothie out of the blender cup. It wasn't that great.
You didn't have enough strawberries in it.
Yeah. So I'm off my game. I usually make really good kale smoothies, but
I know you drank pretty much of it.
yeah, we drank quite a bit of it, but it was just hard. I don't know. I've never been a good, like a sipper? Like you drink out of a cup? I've never really been good at that at all. I've always had to have a straw for some reason. It's just the way I drink.
Trying to keep up the Joneses.
Oh, whatever. It's just easier to get more liquids down with a straw than it is to sip on it for me. And drinking that kale smoothie without the straw was really weird. Because, I don't know, I guess it's a fibrous smoothie, so it was weird. I don't know how to explain
Firefly
it.
says, make a bamboo fence between them.
Oh, we can make bamboo straws.
Yeah.
But that wasn't even anything that I even thought of or considered about after before I made the kale smoothies. Like, hey, we need straws or cups or whatever. It's okay. It'll be all right. But Barrett did get quite a bit in him, so hopefully I was telling you the other night his numbers were really bad for the Coumadin. His blood levels were like
3-2.
3.2. I thought it was 3.6.
No, 3-2.
3.2? Okay, so his blood levels were high, and they told him, which is hilarious.
Man, got me in trouble.
I got him in trouble, so most of the time, don't take any of my advice. This is just personal experiences, what we went through. So I have trained Barrett, or his blood levels, I should say. I have trained Barrett's blood levels to stay low, so that when he does have to take Coumadin, it's a very small dose. It's a low dose. Because I feed him so much vitamin K, through salad, lettuce, kale, and spinach. And the reason I do that is because I want him to be on a low dose of Coumadin. If I could get him off Coumadin, that would be amazing. But I can't. So the best I can do is make sure that he's not having to take high doses of Coumadin. So when they seen his levels, they told him, you better start drinking your kale smoothies again. And let me tell you, not very many people that work in a Coumadin lab would tell somebody that. So I just got a chuckle out of that. I'm like, woohoo! They finally listened to me. So he has to go back. Usually he goes once a month to get his blood levels checked, but because they were so high this month, he has to go back in 2 weeks. So he's got to get his kale smoothies in him in the next 2 weeks. And hopefully those levels will be back to what we normally have them at. Hey, Photos Against Anxiety, good to see you.
Rat poisoning, that's all they're feeding me.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of water and vitamin E is good as well. What else? There was something else I was going to tell you guys. I can't think of now.
That your head's cut off?
I know it's cut off. I ain't getting up to move it either.
Why not? What's
I don't
tobacco?
know why. Why was I going to tell you guys? I can't even think. I don't know.
That you had a seed come up today?
Oh, I did have a seed come up today. What did I tell you it was? I had one seedling come up out of all the stuff I planted.
It's for the chickens.
Quinoa. I had one little quinoa seedling come up today, so I went in and petted it and talked to it. Said, hi, little seedling.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
You're retarded.
Why? Don't you talk to you?
No,
Why?
because I don't.
It helps them grow and grow strong.
Mm-hmm.
Good. You gotta talk to your seedlings. And they'll stay happy and grow strong and healthy. Brian's laughing at me. So this is the first time I've ever planted it. So we'll see how it goes. And it's purple. It's cute purple. It's like a dark purple.
You do have strawberry plants coming up.
Yeah, the strawberry plants are coming up really nice. Hopefully they spread a lot this year. And that's another thing, you guys. This year is the first year I've never planned my garden.
I'm not going to plant it.
And Barrett's not going to let me plant it. So, we'll see how it goes. Frugal Farmer, good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Let's see your, what else is coming up? Your celery's coming up and your chives.
Yes, my chives. I can't wait for my chive blossom.
And all kinds of deer tracks.
Oh my gosh, the deer are crazy. They're all through the garden.
So we're going to put one of the dogs down there this year.
I wish I could tell the grass not to grow so fast, Brian says. Dragon says, Barrett, you don't have to worry until the seedlings start talking back to Jess.
No, what I have to worry about is I'll walk out in that greenhouse and this huge plant with teeth in it and it attacks me.
What was that called?
What was the name of that movie?
George?
What was the name of that movie?
I don't know.
Come on, Dragon, what's the name of that movie?
I'm gonna grow one and let you walk into the greenhouse and see it. What was that movie? I can't think.
Little Shop of Horrors.
Huh? Little Shop of Horrors. What was the plant's name though?
Yeah, what was the plant's name?
Jen said scientifically proven plants and water respond to positivity. See? I got my backup. Alright, Jen, you and Nate have a good night. Stay safe and be careful. We'll talk to you later. Thank you, Frugal Farmer. Seymour, that's what it was. Feed me, Seymour. Remember? I haven't seen that in ages. So I did get all my seeds together. What do you mean? The cat's sleeping on Bear's foot. Got all the seeds together. The only thing this year, well, I guess it's later on, we'll need to get is potato slips, the sweet potatoes, and garlic.
I don't know. We didn't dig no sweet potatoes up last year. I just wanted to still that.
No, they didn't grow, remember?
They grew.
No, they didn't.
Yeah. I dug one up.
And it didn't grow.
Yeah, there's no sweet potatoes. They wasn't very big, but we dug it up early.
Well, maybe there's sweet potatoes down there. You gotta go check then. What do you mean?
Because we're not going to put no garden out in that area.
No, we're not going to do a garden in that area. But still, I'm just saying we need sweet potato slips and garlic left. And that's it. We're done. The seeds for the season. I think, I hope. Dr. Ozzy. This is a Little Shop of Horrors. Firefly said the Audrey too. You know what I seen the other day in the store was Elf. Elf is like coming back in style or what? I thought that was kind of crazy. Like merch of Elf. I still can't think of what I was going to say. I don't know.
Tomorrow's break day.
Yeah, tomorrow's rest day. We ain't doing anything.
Well, you got a good dumpster dive.
Barrett wants to go dumpster diving. I forgot about that. But other than that, I'm not doing anything. We can't pass up on the dumpster diving. Usually Monday mornings they dump the dumpster, so we gotta hit them before then.
And this new place that we're getting dumpster diving at, actually building from scratch.
Yeah. So awesome. They're gonna have that. They've got three or four houses started. I mean, they're up. They've got the everything done, but they all have basements too. And the other construction site, they both own both places. And the other construction site, they didn't have basements at all. It was just.
But we went there a couple days ago and everything. We decided to drive the whole thing to the top of the hill. I was telling her, I said, I wouldn't want to live up here because, it's a steep hill. If it snows and ice and stuff, that's really dangerous.
Yeah, but on the top of the hill, it's gorgeous. You can see all of the city. It's an awesome view. And whoever gets that house on the top is going to have, I hope they have like all front windows on the front of their house so they can see out.
How many deer did we see?
Yeah, there was like 7 deer up there. And they just looked at us like, what are you doing on our land? They didn't run, nothing. And Barrett's truck is loud. I feel bad for the deer. Until they eat my garden. And then I don't feel very bad.
Till it comes deer season.
Yeah. And this is the first year we didn't get a deer either.
No.
This is the first year in I don't know how many years. I think ever since I've been with you. How do you desensitize a pony for cats? I tried a stuffed animal, but it's the real thing. He likes to run after, but not every time. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Just them all being together is what helps us, I guess. Our cats love the cows. They're all into the cows' business, rubbing on them, kissing them. The cows don't seem to mind. The cats
Until the
don't.
dogs come.
Yeah, it's Brutus. Rebel doesn't mind cats. It's Brutus. Brutus hates cats. And I can't get him used to the cats at all. He will try to go after them every time. Right, Dragon? That's what I say, too.
You're a pretty good game.
I know.
Destroying your garden and stuff.
And now, a couple years ago, I wasn't on the property. Like, I wasn't on the title of the deed of the property or the house. But, we went ahead and changed that. So now I'm a landowner. Before, if I went out there to shoot a deer, I wouldn't have been able to get away with that. But now that I'm on the deed and everything, as the landowner, or co-landowner, whatever you want to call it, now I have that right, which is awesome. At least here in Ohio. Maybe when I walk him by the cats more and more. I would start out with, like, just getting the cat scent all over your hands and stuff. And then letting Romeo smell your hands. But I think more with Romeo, Romeo's probably just curious right now. He just wants to sniff them out and get near them. But the cat's probably spooked too, you know. Like, what's this thing trying to do to me? And that's kind of how it was. Like, we released the dogs with the cows the other day. Now Rebel, she hadn't been introduced to the cows at all, but Brutus had. Brutus had been running in and out of the barn and stuff, so he wasn't like able to get close to them. But I mean, he could get close, but not right next to him. He could like smell them and touch noses with them and things like that through the gate. But he hadn't been like. Was them like contact with each other. So when we released them the other day, it was pretty funny. The cows were like, they didn't really care at first. They just went running out in the pasture and were kicking their heels up and chasing each other and stuff like that. And then we released the dogs out, and then they were like, "Whoa, what are these?" Like, they weren't scared or anything.
Brutus is about as tall as that.
Mm-hmm. Brutus is about as big as the freaking cows. He's huge. And they did really, really good. Now, of
Now, if they
course,
get two-
dogs want to sniff everybody's butt. So they were trying to go out there and sniff their butts, and they didn't like that. And Brutus got kicked. Like, he didn't get kicked. He got
kicked
close.
out. He
Yeah.
got kicked at.
He got kicked out, but he didn't get kicked. Now, Rebel, she was a little more daring because she's younger. You know, she's still learning. She went straight up to Miriam and sniffed her butt, and Miriam kicked her right in the face. I was like, oh my gosh.
Well, the bull did.
The bull did, like, the next day.
Well, he buttered him.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did. Hercules rammed Brutus. And now Brutus is way more leery. Now they'll still go around each other. They're still running in the lot together.
But they do their distance.
But, yeah, they're staying away from each other. But I think they'll do really good.
We're going to introduce them every day. When we come in the house, they go back to their own.
Yeah. So every day since we released them, it's been, what, 2 days?
2 days.
So today we did the same thing, let them back all in the pen together, and we'll just keep doing that while we're out there working so we can keep an eye on
When
them.
we come in the house, they go back to their dog pen. Cows go in their pens.
Mm-hmm.
Jess just needs to learn how to lock that gate. Every time she goes in and out of the gate, or lock it.
Dragon said, wouldn't you be scared too if something 50 times your size tried sniffing you? Sometimes he ignores them. Sometimes he chases them off. Today the cat was okay with him. Then she went under him and he chased her.
Well, what's nice about these cows and everything, even when they're outside running around, they still come to us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really, really nice. I'm not having to chase them down. And of course, Miriam's still bottle fed, so she comes right to me. Laugh out loud. Yeah, the horny cow tries all the time. Well, and that's the thing too. It like scares me. Like I'm trying to stay out of the cow's way and stuff because they're like running around in circles doing zoomies, kicking their heels up, and they're not paying attention to where they're kicking. And you know, well, I was out there today and Miriam ran past me, kicked her heels up, and I took off running the other way. I'm like, oh my gosh. Wow, says I feed them too many cookies. She can run really fast, faster than Romeo. It's funny because the cats, they really want to be interactive with us, you know, and they see us with all the other animals. They want to be out there. And so Fuzzbutt was out there close to the fence, and she seen me with the cows, but Brutus and Rebel were laying down, and all of a sudden, Fuzzbutt tried to come through the fence, and I think it was Rebel. Rebel seen her, and Rebel went towards her, and she's like, nope, I'm out of here. She took off. Firefly says, have they had puppies? Do you think I'd be able to keep it a secret if they had had puppies, Firefly?
They're working on it.
We're trying.
So, Firefly, when they have puppies, we'll ship you one plus Fuzzy Butt. You better have room for them.
I can't wait until they have puppies. I'm super excited. They're going to be huge. I have a feeling these puppies are going to be massive. I've got paint all over me still. I thought I scrubbed my hands good enough, but I guess not. Firefly says, ha! Yes, more babies. We can all use some babies in our life, right? Now, hopefully, the chickens will start producing more eggs. And then, I don't know what we're going to do. Hopefully.
No more chickens.
Yes, we're always going to have chickens.
No more chickens.
Barrett says I can't plug in my incubator this year because.
So we get the electric over here.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to find a hen that's broody. No more kits. No. We don't want those babies. We're trying to keep them separated as much as we possibly can. Wild says I'm hiding babies. Shush. I have to do the same thing sometimes, Wild.
Then we got to think about the pigs.
Yeah. Ah, you're spilling my water. Yeah, so hopefully, crossing my fingers, piglets, bacon seeds. We'll see. We need to make a trip over to my guy and see what he's doing this year.
Hey, the fuzzy tops are getting big.
Yeah, they are. The thing about the guy that I go through with my pigs, though, is he usually doesn't get off work until late. And I never know when that is. There's another wasp.
Kill it. We're even raising wasp in here.
Woof woof, shush. I hope so, Wild. No, I hit my thumb. Damn it.
Well, you're supposed to hit the wasp.
I did hit the wasp. I hit my thumb too on it. Oh. That's the thumb that I busted up the other day when I was, okay, so this thumb has been, it's throbbing. It hurts so bad. This thumb, I was brushing the dogs, all the burrs out of the dog's hair, and I was doing it with I think it's called a curry comb. And when I was brushing their tail, it nicked my thumb. And then I got a mail call the other day, and I didn't. Barrett brought the mail call out to the barn, and I didn't have a knife or anything, so I used my thumb to open it, and the cardboard cut it open again, and I just hit it on the wall. I'm a klutz. Dragon said, wasp revenge. He didn't get to sting you, but you still got a boo-boo. I know, right? I was laying here after the live last night. What was I doing? I think I was reading my Bible. I was studying the Bible, and I'm laying here, and Barrett's playing his war game, and I felt something crawling on me, and I lifted my leg up, and I'm like, ah! He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, it's a wasp, and it was literally crawling up my leg. Oh, it was horrible. I hate being stung. Remember last summer, you guys, when I stepped on that bee or wasp or whatever it was, and my foot swelled up really bad, and it was like 3 months before that healed up.
Was that all?
Yeah, it was a really long time.
Did you get the stinger up?
Yeah.
Dragon said just wants a little sugar.
You can go get some little sugar somewhere else.
Every night we go to bed, we gotta shake the blankets out.
I know. I'm scared of when I crawl in bed and get stung. Boy, last night I was so exhausted from working and the live and everything. Barrett's like, make sure you shake out the blankets. I was like, ugh. I really didn't want to. I was so tired. I did it though.
Yeah,
Out of
you
nowhere.
probably shook your side and that's it.
No, I shook your side too. I don't know where they're all coming from though. Caveman keeps telling me to be nice. What are you being mean about, Wild? Barrett always tells me to be nice. He says I'm mean. I don't think
I
I
think
am.
you read the B nice.
Oh, they. Oh, stink bugs are horrible too. We're invaded right now, Firefly, with stink bugs and the wasps. We keep getting dive bombed by the
It's
stink.
funny though, Blackie there, she'll knock those wasps down.
Yeah, the kitten, Blackie, she freaking attacks those wasps. She has a heyday with them. She jumps on the sides of the walls. I don't even know how she does it. Wild said, oh, for just to be nice.
Yeah, they're stuck in the window, Dragon. Jess put plastic up to the window, so they're in between the window and the plastic, but they escape every once in a while.
I'm so glad I put the plastic up. Stink bugs taste yucky, send them. Oh my goodness. And the thing about, who just sent me that? Somebody just sent me about a dog that needs to be rehomed. I totally lost track. Oh, Bear always takes the stink bugs and he throws them on the ground and smushes it with his foot, so the whole room smells like stink bug. I hate stink bug smell.
We got ladybugs.
Yeah, oh, we're infested by ladybugs too, but they're okay.
There's not that many of them.
That's a lot.
I see 2 of them. So
It was funny. Barrett was sitting here last night after the live playing his game, and he had a ladybug on his cheek, and I was trying to get it out. I was like, "Hey, you gotta!" And by the time he figured it out, he had that ladybug. He grabbed it by his hand. He was like, "What was it?" And I was like, "It was a ladybug," and it like took off, and it came back, and it hit his. Or no, I didn't even say ladybug yet. I was trying to get it out and I couldn't. And it came back and hit him in the shoulder and he's like, "What?" And he flicks it and he's like, "What was it?" I'm like, "It's a ladybug." Dragon says, sounds like you need to replace the windows and use spray foam in the gaps. Probably, Dragon.
Yep.
Were these windows up here ever replaced? Or just the ones
The
down?
outside ones, but the inside ones are the original windows.
They are attracted to the phone light, so at night they show up. Yeah, we don't kill the ladybugs, Dragon. I know. They're my friends. Dr. Oddity, those aren't stink bugs. Barrett keeps farting. Stink bug farts, Caveman says. It's funny. I gotta look at this text. Huh. It's the sisters.
Firefly must have farted because she can smell again.
It's all those oranges Firefly is eating. They brought her sniffer back.
Ryan puts an ice cream cone. Now I can go and get my ice cream.
That wasn't. Oh, it was Brian, wasn't it? Dragon says, Jess, YouTube just notified me that you're live. Well, that's perfect. What the heck? They're shadow banning me big time, you guys. Like all my shorts and everything. I've noticed. They're not pushing out my lives or anything. It really stinks. Had no oranges here. It's the big tub of Vicks. Firefly's gonna love Vicks. She's gonna swear by Vicks. Her generation, well, not her generation, but generations after generations from her will be sticking Vicks sticks in their ears and nose.
Well, Mom used to do that to us. Rub Vicks on her chest and shit.
Yeah. An hour's not bad, Dragon. I have to wait till it's over to get notified.
Dang.
If I look at my home screen, I can see people going live. It don't even tell me who's live on my home screen. It always gives me, like, people I'm not subscribed to. It's weird. Firefly said, yep, I love it.
Where are you getting messages at?
What do you mean? Are you in all chat or are you in top chat? Huh?
Old chat.
Are you sure?
I just went into it.
Because you were in top chat. You always do that. You guys, I can't wait. The biggest thing that I'm looking forward to for spring is going barefoot, and I cannot wait to get my feet on the ground. I'm so sick of wearing shoes.
Well, you be going down to the creek to wash them then.
That's fine. I noticed when I was watching videos on Caveman's phone, not many of them had ads, so I skipped till I got one with an ad and go back. Ooh! Dragon did 10 memberships. Thank you, Dragon. Ooh! Yay! Yay! Holy cow! Dragon hit the jackpot. Let's see, it went to Dobby, Sherry, Ark Wildman, Brooke, Gemma, Four Corners Report, Joyce, HCF, Penny Bunny, and KP. I think there's only, let's see, 1, 2. There's only 3 in that group that I don't know. That's awesome. And Dragon says, holy crap, they're real people this time.
Okay, question, Dragon.
Why do you say it like that? Dragon.
We went to the moon and walked the moon. Do you ever look up the temperature of the moon and stuff? We looked that up today on Alexis. How could you survive walking on the moon with the temperatures the way they are?
Because it was a scam. It was never true.
That's what we say. It's a scam.
He says, okay, Barrett, the answer is 42. That's what you should have asked.
We
He
did
said,
ask Alexa. Alexa, what's the temperature of the moon?
There is not enough atmosphere on the moon to regulate the surface temperature, so its temperature varies widely based on whether it is receiving direct sunlight. When in sunlight, the surface temperatures can reach 253 degrees Fahrenheit,
253
123
Fahrenheit.
degrees Celsius, and when in shadow the temperatures drop to minus 243 degrees Fahrenheit,
Minus 243 degrees.
153 degrees Celsius.
Firefly said, yeah, 42, and Vix. He says, that's why astronauts wear space suits with heaters in them.
That's one heck of a heater then. Ask what Vicks is.
Alexa, what is Vix?
Vicks is an American brand of over-the-counter medications owned by the American companies Procter & Gamble and Kaz Incorporated.
Ew, it's owned by Procter and Gamble.
Space suits and warm side of the moon. That is the warm side of the moon. 200 some degrees.
Firefly says it's insulated. I don't know. I've watched a lot of documentaries and stuff where people have claimed that it was all a shamble, that we never actually went to the moon.
But we asked it again. There is Alexa again. Can you live on the moon? They said yes.
Yeah, so I don't know. Barrett wakes up in the morning and his brain is like full of all these questions, and he asks me, and I'm like, I have no idea. I don't know what you're talking about. So he starts asking Alexa all these questions. And it was like 10 questions you asked her this morning. I'm like, my Lanta.
Oh. How many moons does the Earth have?
One.
You sure? Alexa, how many moons does the Earth have?
The Earth has one moon.
See?
Dragon said if you have a powerful enough telescope, you can actually see the flag planted on the moon.
Really? That would be cool. What's the one for?
One moon.
Oh.
What planet has the most moons?
Pluto? Saturn? I don't remember. What planet, Alexa, what planet has the most moons?
Jupiter has the most known moons in the solar system with
I
92.
was totally off.
Was it Jupiter?
Mm-hmm.
How many moons?
92.
92. Ask Alexa how many moons Saturn has.
Alexa, how many moons does Saturn have? You're right here. You
Saturn has
asked her.
83 moons.
83.
Goodness. Why is there so many? Brian said, wow.
Okay, Dragon, there's a question for you. Where did the moon come from?
From God.
He's got Alexa at home, so he's asking too.
I use tea tree oil and coconut for your Vicks, your homemade Vicks Wild. Brian's laughing.
That's probably the reason Dragon gets on here so fast with these answers and stuff, because he's got Alexa Pro at home.
You think? Dr. Oddity. And Dragon. Well, when Mama Planet and Daddy Planet really love each other enough. Good one, Dragon. Read Dr. Oddity's comment, Barrett.
I see it. We tried that, but she kind of like ignores me.
We tried that.
Oh, you was in the same room with me.
What did you ask her today? And she like totally ignored you every time. That was so funny.
Didn't she say not enough information?
Oh yeah, that was so stupid. So Barrett had all these questions when he woke up to ask Alexa. So he's sitting here asking all the questions, and I was doing my seed list, like making sure I planted everything I needed to have planted. So I was like writing in my seed book, and Barrett, I wasn't even paying attention. All of a sudden, he was like, "Alexa, is Jessica Bowen, what did you say,
Sorry, I didn't
pretty
catch that.
or beautiful
Can you
or
repeat
something
your
like
question?
that?" And she, first thing she comes up with is, "Jessica Simpson is very pretty." And he asked her again, and then she was like, "I don't have enough information for that answer," or something. It was funny. I'm like, "What are you doing?" Brian says this is hilarious. Alexa, how old are you?
I'm 9 years old, but I've heard that age doesn't matter unless you're a cheese.
What did she say? What was the end?
I don't know.
Alexa, how old are you?
I'm 9 years old, but I've heard that age doesn't matter unless you're a cheese.
Unless you're a cheese.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. She's really 9 years old.
Barrett was like, "Alexa, talk dirty to me." Alexa was like, "Use some Pine Sol to clean up your own mess."
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Can you repeat your question?
Repeat your question.
I don't understand what you meant by that question.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Alexa, shut up.
Oh, you're getting mad at your girlfriend now? My cheeks hurt from laughing. That was hilarious.
Well, Dr. Orwood, well, was a sideshow collector. He's more or less yelling at me about this. Barrett was like, he's all in capitalized letters. You see that?
Yeah. Dr. Oddity.
When it's all capitalized like that, guys, you're yelling.
Ask her, so do you know how to talk dirty?
Alexa, can you talk dirty to me?
Dirt is a substance, such as mud or dust, that soils someone or something. Some synonyms are grime and filth. Dirt roads are made of dirt. Some songs with the word dirt in them are Digging in the Dirt by Peter Gabriel, Dirt Off Your Shoulder by Jay-Z, and Tramp the Dirt Down by Elvis Costello.
There you go, Dr. Oddity.
Alexa, turn your volume up.
Dirt is a substance, such as mud or
Alexa,
dust.
turn your volume up.
Dirt is a substance, such as mud or dust, that soils someone or something. Some synonyms are grime and filth. Dirt roads are made of dirt. Some songs with the word dirt in them are Digging in the Dirt by
That's
Peter
hilarious.
Gabriel, Dirt Off Your Shoulder by Jay-Z, and Tramp the Dirt Down by Elvis Costello.
Alexa, do you have a boyfriend?
I'm happily single.
Alexa, do you record everything?
I'm designed to protect your privacy. On Echo devices, you'll always know when Alexa is listening to your request and sending it to Amazon's secure cloud. Just look for the blue light indicator or listen for an audio tone. Learn more by visiting amazon.com/Alexa privacy.
A blue light?
Yep. Alexa, what's the cloud?
The cloud generally refers to the idea of cloud computing. With cloud computing, software and services run on shared computers that can be accessed over the internet, rather than running on your own computer or device.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah, well, you like Alexa. Wild said that is dirty. Alexa, do you want a boyfriend?
I'm happily single.
Guess
Alexa,
there's your
do you
answer.
ever get lonely?
No, because I'm never really alone. Although, when the Wi-Fi is out, I do feel disconnected.
It's ridiculous.
Alexa, who owns you?
Amazon Alexa is developed by Amazon.
Well, Edible says halfway single. What does that mean?
Alexa, do you get abused a lot?
In Ohio, driving under the influence can lead to impoundment, vehicle confiscation or immobilization, restricted plates, and an immediate administrative driver's license suspension lasting for 90 days. Drunk drivers may also be required to pay a fine, serve time in jail, and use an ignition interlock device that tests their blood alcohol concentration before it will allow their car to start.
Ooh, I found out a cool tidbit the other night. Alexa, which serial killers all have the same genetic... Oh, what was it? Hold on a second.
From WordPress.com.
Alexa, stop.
The
How do I word that? Hold on a second.
I think it's the first one, Dragon. I haven't got the response.
Alexa, what serial killers are all related by an ancestor?
I missed something.
Oh.
Can you say it again?
Alexa, what serial killers are all related?
From calendaraustralia.com. In terms of the study's findings, it was revealed that 4 zodiac signs, such as Cancer, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Scorpio, comprise nearly 40% of serial killers.
Hey, Art, good to see you. Alexa, who's John Casey related to?
According to Fandom, John Casey's family includes Alex McHugh.
Would
I'm
you?
gonna bring it up again.
Did you get it off Alexa?
No, I got it off a documentary that John Casey, what's his name? John something Casey, Marilyn Manson,
Charles Manson.
or Charles Manson, Jeffrey Dahmer, and someone else. All,
Who's the one?
huh?
Didn't you say a woman too?
Yeah, there was a woman too.
They're all related.
They're all related. They all have the same ancestor that came off the Mayflower. I thought that was pretty crazy. Never knew that. Firefly. 3. Planet did an enema.
John Wayne.
John Wayne Gacy. Thank you, Dragon. What did I say? I don't even know what I said. Alexa, who's John Wayne Gacy related to?
According to Fandom, John Wayne Gacy's child was Benjamin F. Stapleton. John Wayne Gacy's parents were John Stanley Gacy and Marion Gacy. John Wayne Gacy's sibling was Karen Kuzma, and John Wayne Gacy's relative was Dick the Clown.
Dick the Clown. You remember you said the clown?
It is Gacy, Dragon, not Casey. Alexa, why does Firefly crave oranges? Alexa, why do I crave oranges?
Here's something I found on reference.com. The reason for orange juice cravings or any other cravings is most often due to social cues. The only real exception to this rule is when people crave ice, paste, or clay.
That was weird. That's what I would have said, Dragon. Your body's craving a nutrient that you're missing. Ark, did you get your pump fixed yet?
Alexa, did Art get his pump fixed?
From LinusTechTips.com. Pump noise has been fixed.
Nope, not yet. Dang. Sorry to hear that.
Art, how you getting your water?
Yeah, I seen Ark. He was making up all kinds of food. I was thinking, how's he getting water to wash his dishes? Because I don't have any energy to be whooping up no huge meal, fancy meal, and then go and wash dishes. Ugh. Wild says social cues. Okay, that's why Jess is craving oranges, but why is Firefly is craving?
Spring and neighbors.
Oh, okay. Well, we're basically in the same boat. Ark. Catching rain tonight. Barrett's got his barrel set up too. He's trying to catch rain. But it was supposed to rain today and it didn't. So. We gotta get down to the spring before it rains and get some more water.
Tomorrow.
I think I drank 3 gallons of water between the last 2 days.
Well,
Yeah, all my jugs are empty. So tomorrow we'll be dumpster diving and relaxing. Don't forget your gloves. You don't want to pick up another Mexican poop bag.
no.
Hey, Harvest Mary Moon, good to see you. Thank you for the hearts. That was pretty funny though when you did.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't. I lost you.
Dragon. What do you mean you lost me?
Got it.
I'm right here. I didn't go nowhere. This year I am going to grow my one of my aunts sent me some New Mexican peppers, the green chilies, the hatch chilies. That has been a staple in my family's cooking forever. So I'm gonna try to grow the hatch chilies this year. We'll see how I do. And I'm kind of excited to watch Barrett try one. That was one of our kids' jobs when we were younger. Is we had to pill hatch chilies. Like after they used to get shipped to us here in Ohio by like the case, boxfuls, and they were dried, and then they would rehydrate them, and then us kids would have to peel them. And I would wear gloves, and the heat was so hot in them, it would still come through the glove. So we'll see if I can get them to grow here.
What are they?
Hatch chilies.
You can't wait till me to taste them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because you always go to the garden and grab a pepper and say, I want to try a pepper. And then
See how hot they are.
yeah, so you can do that with a hatch chili. If it grows. Nope, I won't even grow those dragons. He says hatch chilies lightweight. Eat Carolina Reapers off the plant. Dragon, he can't. We're not spicy people, honestly.
I used to do.
He can't even eat a cayenne pepper off the plant. The cayenne pepper was like super hot. Any new pig babies? Not yet. Harvest Merry Moon. I'm praying, hoping that we'll get some. Where's the tobacco? I need to go make a trip soon.
Where's tobacco?
I don't know what you did with it.
What over here? On your side of the chair?
No. You hit it.
Oh, it?
You hit it. I can't wait though. Like, once the pigs come, my heart will be content. I'll have my cows, and my dogs, and my chickens, and the pigs. Hercules is doing really good. He's so cute. They're both cute. I love them both.
Do it.
Babe, you had it last.
It was right here.
What'd you do with it? It's probably on the other side of you.
No. Yes.
I'm gonna beat you.
It fell down.
But yeah, they're growing big. Hercules is getting big. Actually, Miriam's catching up to Hercules. She's only like an inch shorter than him now. And height-wise, she still needs to fill out. But height-wise, she's almost caught up.
Little bull has calmed down a lot.
Yeah, he's calmed down so much.
Not like the first day when he got here.
He
It
was,
was insane.
and I like literally every time I see the cows, I brush them, I touch them, I desensitize them some way, somehow. I don't know if you noticed in the live today that Hercules, we spent probably a half an hour the other day in trying to use the halters or get the halters. The halters are way too big for them because they're just such tiny cows. And the halters we have, Barrett and I were trying to put new notches in it, like new holes, so that they would fit. And we got Hercules perfect. His fits real good. It hasn't came off. Now, Steve Essex, he had gifted me a halter for Miriam. And
It's way too big.
we tried to put notches in hers, new holes in hers, but
It's not. It's
I
not
don't know.
the notches. They're in the face parts too.
Yeah,
big.
like where it goes around the nose. It's just like way too big for her little face. So we're gonna have to wait until she gets a little bit bigger to put the halter on her. But it's a good thing because she is so tame because I go out there and brush them and touch them, and I make them like a horse. I make them pick up their feet so I can touch so I can look at their hooves, and I touch their tails and everything, so they're used to me. And I think doing that has just calmed them both down so much. But it would be nice to have a halter on them just so that they can be used to it. You know, if one day I do have to go out in the field and they're being stubborn and I have to bring them in.
Yeah, because it's going to get warmer and everything. They won't want to go in that barn.
No.
Do like we did Bella, put a fan in there.
Yeah. Dragon says, then she will see a sheep and tell Barrett we should get some and we can make our own wool clothes. Nope. I have no interest in sheep, Dragon. Maybe some other animal like an ostrich or not really. But no, sheep ain't my thing. Sheep and goat, I'll stay away from. I'd rather just have my cow. Or cows. Yeah, that's good. That's half the battle, getting them used to, yeah. And that's the thing, too, with Miriam. She does really good. She lets me touch her teats and her belly and everything like that. So I'm doing all those things. So hopefully when she does become my milk cow, she'll behave.
Just like Hercules, he likes to have his neck rubbed.
Yeah, Hercules loves his neck being rubbed. I think once you find their soft spot, what they like, they're all for it. It was funny because we were leading the cows back into their stalls yesterday. They're separated now, if you don't know. They are separated now. And Hercules was the one that went in first. And he wasn't wanting to, or he was trying to get into the stall, but the door was shut, and I was behind him. And he didn't realize I was behind him, but there was a wooden bench that I have in there that I'll sit on while I'm brushing them or whatever I'm doing with them. And I don't know what he thought that wooden bench was, but he kicked it like 6 times. I'm like, would you quit kicking? And I was scared to like go behind him because he kept kicking, but I had to get the gate open so he could go in. I'm like, geesh.
Dragon says, find an elephant to help take down the bamboo forest you have.
I wouldn't mind a baby elephant.
Till they get big.
I know. We have enough poop around this farm. I can't imagine having an elephant poop. Freaking Brutus has some dang big elephant poop.
Brutus has got some stinky poop.
That dog, I've never met a dog in my life that poops as much as he does.
He marks every place.
Yeah, he marks everything. He's a good dog, though. And Dragon, I'm sure you already heard it once before, but you don't have to send any more fish food money for your fish support. Barrett was looking at the fish tank the other day, and there's a huge crack, and all the water drained out of it. So it must have frozen.
Yep. And cracked.
So not only was his fish burnt or smoked out, it froze.
Boiled.
It boiled and then it froze.
What became of Bobcat?
I don't know. Actually, the Bobcat picture Firefly was right down the road from us. It was posted on our local community wall for our little town here, and that bobcat was standing where it was standing at on the side of the road was right next to the kids' bus stop. And when the bus came to load up the kids, it was still standing there. The bus didn't scare it off. None of the cars scared it off. Nothing. So it's kind of scary.
The girl hid in the shelter
Yeah.
they had down
They
there.
have like a little bus shelter. It was just a family. and they had built a bus shelter so when the kids go down there to wait for the bus, they don't get rained or snowed on. And the little girl, she seen the bobcat and she was hiding in that little shelter, and I don't know, scary stuff.
And of course, it's against the law to shoot a bobcat.
Yeah, bobcats are protected animals in Ohio, so
I see
it
a
was
bobcat.
reported to the game warden, though.
I see a bobcat that's going to be shot.
Don't say that. Why?
I'm not live.
I'm
I
lying.
didn't hear nothing.
But I am so glad and thankful to have Brutus and Rebel, because I think their barks and stuff will scare them off enough not to get close to the property. And I think they would attack if it did come into their yard. I don't know. I haven't seen them in action yet.
The dogs?
Yeah. They are pretty scary, though, when they don't like people. They know good people from bad people.
One UPS guy stopped what the other day.
Yeah.
Bruce went
Brutus went
crazy.
ballistic. They don't like the mail guys or the trash guys. They don't like them at all. But the bobcat sighting was only 3 miles down the road, so that's scary because I looked it up and it said 30 miles is their territory.
Radius.
Huh?
The radius.
Yeah. So.
But they travel what, 3 miles a day?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm. Up to 3 to 5 miles a day they travel. But okay, so this particular bobcat that was spotted was this way. And then there was like 2 other bobcatting sightings to the north of us. So they're all around us. And I remember, like, when I was younger and stuff, we used to horseback ride. And we do trail rides and stuff like that. And there were bobcats back then. So they're just starting to get, I think they're getting populated now. But it's been years since we've seen or heard of any bobcats.
Can you use any of the water system from trailer into the new house? No. We probably could use the pump, but we can't use the lines or anything like that because they probably busted.
Yeah.
I was going to go over there today and see if I can hook that generator up to the pump and see if we get any water. Might do that tomorrow.
No, we're not working tomorrow.
Oh, Monday then.
We're taking a relaxing day. Hopefully.
We do have a water pump in this house and everything, but I don't know if it still works or not. We hadn't had no water or power over here for years.
Yeah.
I can hook the generator up to it, but we have to put the line back into the spring. It's sticking out down there. Then have to prime the pump, which is going to take a day and a half.
Yeah. So we're going to end up basically doing the same thing Ark Wildman's doing right now. Testing the pump and the lines and stuff like that.
If the pump kicks on over here and everything, we know it still works.
Right. But whether it holds pressure or not
Yeah.
is going
Well,
to
that's something too, and I know all these lines over here is broke,
Yeah.
so I have to redo the lines and stuff, or just put a line from the pump maybe into the sink or something. When you want water, just plug it into the generator, then turn the water on.
But that's the thing, we can't pull the generator from the trailer to come over here because the generator is running our freezer and fridge right now.
It is?
Oh. Maybe not. I don't know. Never mind.
No, the generator's not running nothing right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm investigating it. Firefly. I gotta work on it one thing at a time. Could get one of those hand pumps.
They're freaking expensive too.
We got one over there. It just needs the rubber parts.
Yeah.
The suction part. But that's a pain in the butt too, because you gotta prime it all the time.
Really?
That's what we had to do when Dad had it hooked up over here.
Hmm.
His little thing was, I'm gonna give you guys a taste of my life. So he shut the power off, got a hand pump, was in the bathroom. You had to pump it all the time. Add water to it, pump it, get water.
I don't think you had to prime those all the time.
That one you did.
Huh.
You probably had to have some bad rubber seals in it.
Firefly says, yeah, I just feel bad you gotta hump water.
It's not that bad. Just like I told you yesterday and everything, I said, keep us busy all summer. At least we'll have something to do instead of being on each other's back all the time.
On each other's back, on each other's nerves.
Well, that too. We did get the porch painted all the way.
Yep, we got the porch finished today. Now we'll have to start scraping the house and start doing that.
A new cat for Jess. Ooh.
Ooh. I've seen those. I like them. I don't know, what'd you do?
Lost connection.
Sweet, we got 19 thumbs up. Wait a minute, it just jumped. 21 thumbs up. Dang. This was supposed to be just a book reading, and I guess I didn't want to go off after the book reading, so here we are.
Well, Firefly would have told you to stay on anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Her name's Chloe. I always wanted a monkey too. I always thought having a monkey would be cute.
No, they're nasty. How come I'm not playing?
What was that movie we watched? There was a cute little critter, and I really, really wanted it. And I started researching it because I thought it was so cute. I can't remember what.
Fix it.
I can't remember what it was. This little animal in a book bag that this boy carried around, but it was so cute. And I told Barrett I wanted it, and started researching and trying to find where I could get one. And then I started researching, like, its habitat, what it needed to live, and what it ate, and stuff like that. And it, like, jumps. Like, every time it moves, it jumps. And it sleeps in, like, the trees. Or, no, maybe, I don't remember. It sleeps in the brush. Anyways, every single time it jumps, it urinates. And I'm like, okay, never mind. I don't want that thing. Like, that's disgusting. No, not like that one dragon. Like one of the cute monkeys, the little miniature ones. That one's not very cute, dragon.
We gotta get some better lighting in here.
there, Dragon. Like this one.
Temperature 53. That's hot in here.
I think it feels very good. It feels comfortable. Yes, that's what it. I think that's what it was, Dragon. Yeah, that's what it was. Look at them big brown eyes. Aren't they so cute? Until I learned it peed everywhere. I always like those like little flying squirrels too, but I would be scared to death to have one because one of the cats would for sure get it. And then I'd be mad. It wasn't a sugar glider. That's what it was called. One of them sugar gliders.
No thanks, little fees.
But they're cute. I think that was the monkey they always had on like Aladdin. Or like Indiana Jones. Yeah. Not Aladdin. I was thinking Indiana Jones. Ooh, I've got some news. I got a letter in the mail today for my Social Security. I've got an appointment May 15th.
Is it over the phone?
Yeah, it's over the phone. I don't have to go to Columbus, thank God. So to talk in front of the judge. So all your prayers would be welcomed. Hopefully I'll get approved.
Oh, that's something too, guys. We got our electric bill last week. Guess how much it was? Now I'm on a program called Pet Plus. It's based on your income and stuff. Okay, we got our bill last month. It was $95. Well, the bills before that, now if we had to pay the full price and stuff, the highest was $700 and some dollars.
Mm-hmm.
It was never below $400. So the bill we got last week was $95. Now, what was running in that trailer to make that electric go so high?
I have no idea. Yeah, for disability, Firefly. Thank you, Dragon. He says, prayers for you, Jess. Hope it goes well. I hope it does too. It's been a long wait. A long, long fight. And right now, it would really, really help out. Well, you have anything else to say you want to add or update, Barrett?
Yeah, Jessica wants me to go to Walmart and be a Walmart greeter.
No, I do not. You're the one that said that you're
Because crazy old ladies come in there and scares the crap out of me.
good. Maybe you get a sugar mama. Industrial strength electric operated. That's funny.
No, that guy got fired years ago.
Really?
'67, yeah, get a sugar mama.
He won't do it. He's scared. He'll run from them. He thinks they're going to eat him up.
I'll take a baseball bat one.
Oh my goodness. Alright, you guys, I think I'm going to end it. I'm ready to lay down, relax, get my butt up in the air, put my ice pack on. I want to thank you so much for hanging out
Start
tonight.
going to bingo.
Start going to bingo. Bingo's not until 7 o'clock at night, Firefly, and I don't like being out past dark. I'm an old lady.
I don't like driving after dark.
Barrett can't see. He tries to freaking run over curbs and other lanes
Oh, I
and
do
people.
not.
Yes, you do. You can't see. That's horrible.
You just went cross-eyed and thought I crossed the other lane.
No. He's just driving down the middle of the lane. He's like, I hope I'm in the right lane. I look over. I'm like, no, you're in the middle of the damn lane. I'm like, get over. Told him he wasn't allowed to drive at night anymore. Scared me half to death. Alright, you guys. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. I want to thank you all for hanging out. Till next time. Remember, you're not alone. You are loved. What is today? Today's... I don't even know what today is. Today's Saturday. So I will see you on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Monday Reset. Take care. Bye.